There's a certain type of person who can go months without checking how you're doing, remembering your birthday, or asking what's happening in your life. Yet the moment they need advice, money, help, support, or a favor, you're suddenly the first person they think of. And if you've ever had someone like that in your life, you already know that the request itself isn't what hurts. What hurts is the growing feeling that the relationship only seems to exist when the other person needs something from it. At first, it's easy to make excuses. Everyone gets busy, life gets complicated, people forget to stay in touch. But after enough time, a pattern starts to emerge. They're nowhere to be found when things are going well. They don't check in when you're struggling. They don't ask how you're doing or show much interest in what's happening in your life. Then suddenly a message appears, and within a few minutes, the conversation arrives exactly where you expected it to. They need something. What's interesting is that many people who behave this way aren't necessarily trying to be manipulative. Psychologists have found that some people view relationships in a highly transactional way. Rather than maintaining connection consistently, they think about people when a need appears. The relationship sits quietly in the background until they need reassurance, support, advice, resources, or help solving a problem. That's when they reach out. Not because the relationship suddenly became important, but because the need did. The reason this feels so uncomfortable is that human beings are incredibly sensitive to imbalance. We naturally notice who checks in, who listens, who makes an effort, and who shows up when it matters. When one person repeatedly invests time, attention, and emotional energy while the other only appears when they want something, the relationship gradually stops feeling mutual. Instead of feeling valued, you start feeling useful. That's why these interactions often leave people feeling drained in a way that's difficult to explain. The exhaustion isn't coming from helping. Most people genuinely enjoy helping the people they care about. The exhaustion comes from realizing that the effort only seems to flow in one direction. Deep down, you begin to recognize that you're being remembered for what you provide rather than for who you are. The hardest part is that many people continue giving because they're holding on to the hope that the relationship is more genuine than the pattern suggests. They remember the good moments, they focus on who the person used to be, they convince themselves that next time things will feel different, but patterns reveal priorities. If someone only remembers you when they need something, they're showing you the role you've been given in their life. And that's the real psychology behind why these relationships hurt so much. The pain isn't caused by the favor itself. It's caused by the moment you realize that while you saw a friendship, they saw a resource. Once you understand that, setting boundaries stops feeling selfish and starts feeling necessary. Because healthy relationships aren't built on convenience. They're built on mutual care, mutual effort, and consistent connection. And the people who truly value you won't only remember you when they need something, they'll remember you when they don't. If someone immediately came to mind while watching this, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the